Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name's Michelle Edhouse and today I'm playing with multi-layers through a tube with no silicone. Let's see what this creates. Some of you may remember some of the black and whites that I did a while ago, and they were very much keeping the colours apart. My target was to have black and white and no grey. Well, today that's probably going to change. I'm going to work on this record. Yes, all my records are throwaway pile from a record collector. They've been checked. They are not valuable. They're scratched. So what I've done to this one is I've put a bit of sellotape across the back and then used some of the Mars Black as a to paint over the label. So I have had some labels bleed through. Alright, so what's my plan? I've got this cardboard tube. It's just out of a foil or cling film or something like that. I don't even know what it was out of. The kids just suddenly went, "Mum, do you want this?" I was like, yeah. They've learnt their lesson. So I've got Mars Black and titanium white from Reeves mixed up with Floetrol and water in my bottles. And my target really is just to put as many layers as I can into here. I reckon by comparing the size of this with the size of my cup that I normally fill up to about there to cover a record, we probably need to fill it about that full, just because that's my guesstimate. And hey, if I put a bit too much in, it's no problem. So we're starting with a black record, so let's start with a black paint. Put a bit of that in there, and this is literally all I'm gonna do. So I might speed this up for you. Okay, I'm going to stop because this is coming out of its own accord. Now, any bubbles that are in there are either air bubbles or made by the Floetrol. So this is totally non-silicone. No silicone allowed on this painting. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So simple. So simple. The only thing is I'm not seeing a way that I'm probably going to be able to reuse this. So I'm just going to let that drain for a little bit, sit there and do its own thing before I start playing with it. Maybe if I stand it on that, it might drain. Alright, now that I've put my bit of cardboard somewhere where it's not going to absorb large amounts of water but also not make a mess, I'm going to zoom you in and show you what I'm seeing, because there's a very funky trail from where the white sort of smeared its way out. And then there's lots of little air bubbles starting to pop. And there's even some cells being created. Or what look like cells, but they're not silicone cells. They are just density and air bubbles pushing their way up and stuff like that. So I'm going to help those air bubbles come on up. Here we go. By using my torch, pop a lop a lop, and see what pops. And now I'm gonna cover the record just by gently tilting. Now I actually measured how much Floetrol I put in this time, because I always say I use approximately 2 to 1 paint to Floetrol, and nobody ever believes me. So I measured out, I was doing a 200 ml bottle of white, and I measured out into a measuring jug. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. 200 mils, so that I had enough to do a double if I wanted to. Oh. Wow, that's so cool. And I used exactly half of it just by pouring as I normally would to make it look in the cup how it normally would. So I didn't lie. There we go. I'm liking it. That looks super duper cool. There's still some air bubbles popping, and I'm going to go back over it for another time with the torch. It is a good idea to try and get as many of the bubbles to pop before it sets or before it forms a skin. Otherwise you get holes in your paint. And in this sort of painting, it's not really a biggie. And especially if you were going to resin it, they get filled in. You never really notice them after it's been resined. But if you're just planning to varnish, you might want to, or in this case, I mean, it is just acrylic paint and it is very thick. You could almost leave it completely alone. But that almost looks like the Milky Way. What do you guys reckon? It's cool. I just want to tilt that little bit off, hoping it's not gonna screw up anything else. Oh really? Come on. Over you go. There we go. And take it back a bit. That's cool! It's black and white and nothing else. Really, guys? This is acrylic pouring at its basest. And it is super cool. Okay, so let me get you down and show you some of the really funky bits. Alright. Now it is like that yellowness is just coming from my light. Actually, hold on, let me just turn that light off. There you go, it looks a lot blacker now. Not quite so much yellow tonage, although that light over there is. I'm trying to find some daylight bulbs for my studio lights, and that would get rid of this yellow tone. Look at the difference between from the window and from the light. What's right about that? Anyway, let's have a look at these cells. Check out these. Just layers upon layers upon layers, and then a air bubble pushes its way up over the layer. I mean, you guys saw in that sped up version how many layers of white and black I put in, and it has come out delicious. Now, one thing I will point out, it is kind of a brown grey, and I've found that Mars Black, or at least Reeves Mars Black, does go a brownish colour when you mix it with white. Sorry about the reflection of my phone. So there is actually a galaxy-like glow. Even if this was just natural light. But these are, oh, so shiny. Look at my phone. Come on, phone. Focus. This is what you say to children, not to phones. Come on, focus. Look at all those layers in those cells. It's so cool. Anyway. I wonder how it's gonna dry. Before we do, I'm just going to turn off the other fake light and we'll see what it looks like. See, even without the glow from the other fake light, there is that brown tinge where it's mixing to, it's supposed to be a grey, but it's got a brown in it. Just in here. It's so awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Which way around would you have it? That way, like a waterfall. Two colours, guys, that's all it is. Two colours. How's it get any better than that? I like it. Alright, I will be back in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so here it is. Not completely dry, but it has been nearly a week. It was very thick paint, so it's taken a long time to dry. I've had it under a box so that flies and bugs can't get it, which of course slows things down. But it is looking fantastic. I really, really like this painting. We have got a bit of a shooting star in there. That was a hair that fell in. I managed to get the hair out, but it left a little line behind. That's okay. Yeah, I really like it. Really, really like it. And my husband loves it. So who knows, this one might end up in our kitchen if somebody doesn't jump up and down and go, me, 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 first. How does it get any better than that? Alright guys, so thank you so much for joining me on my playtime with paint. And how much fun can you have, both with and without paint? What if everything could be fun, even doing the dishes? How much fun can you have today, and how much fun can you add to everything and anything in your life and living? You're more than welcome to come and join us on Acrylic Pouring for Fun, our Facebook group. We've got a growing community there of amazing people sharing their art, sharing their knowledge. It's absolutely awesome. And also, if you would like to know when I'm going live, 24 hours notice via email, and also when I upload new products, new paintings into my shop, then sign up at mickeyart.com/sign up and you will get those emails. So once again, thanks again for joining me. I had fun with my tube and black and white paints, and isn't it amazing what you can create with just two colours? I adore you, have fun, and we will see you again soon. Bye.